NFL on EA Sports. Opening week in the NFL is an exciting time for everybody, including these two teams here today. It's the Buccaneers going up against the Dolphins.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to rain-soaked Miami, Florida. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we're ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Set to go now on a wet and rainy afternoon, and we are underway from Miami. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Martin, and he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
Now Jameis on second down. He finds his target. It's Evans. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Here's Winston. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
Now that's a great opening series defensively. You force what should be a 3-and-out on your opening possession.
And great coverage there on third down to force the incompletion to set up fourth. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, it's Cutler. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Charles, these Tampa Bay Buccaneers, last year, Dirk Cutter's first year, finishing 9-7. Now, that was their first winning season since 2010, but still not enough to get them in the playoffs. They've missed those 9 straight seasons. And, in fact, their last playoff win, gosh, that was way back in Super Bowl 37.
But for Buccaneer fans and the team, optimism is really high.
Yeah.
They felt like they played well down the stretch. They felt like they can play against some of the big boys in the league now. Defensively, they've got to get better and continue to do so. I like the pick of Justin Evans, the safety out of Texas A&M. He brings a hitter's mentality to that part of the field, and then you flip it over to offense. It's one thing to say that you believe in Jameis Winston. There's another thing to show him by giving him O.J. Howard, a tight end out of Alabama, and Chris Godwin, a wide receiver out of Penn State in the first 3 rounds.
On second down, Winston again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Ray Maliluga. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, this wind is definitely going to be a factor as this game goes along. He's throwing straight into it here in the first quarter, and the ball fluttered on him a little bit. He'll definitely have to file that one away and make a mental note of it.
Now after the interception, here's Cutler. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. DeAndre Levy coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. From the shotgun, Cutler. And over the middle, this is Parker. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. They run with Ajayi. Ajayi hit. He lost the football. But I think a Dolphin was able to fall on it. Yes, they'll keep possession here.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On second down, here's Cutler. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. They'll toss it to Ajayi. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I have to admit to a little bit of surprise on that play call. Short yardage, and they try to go wide. They got spilled for their efforts.
Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Parkey's kick is good. A first update now from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals hoping to pull off a bit of a shocker. They lead in that one. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And that'll carry over the back line. end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Second down, Winston. Over the middle to Evans. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
For young quarterbacks, having that primary target's a big deal, and Mike Evans serves as that for Jameis Winston. Evans led the league in targets in 2016.
And went after him a ton. He also was 6th in catches, 4th in yards, and tied for 2nd in touchdowns.
And played in his first Pro Bowl.
3rd and short yardage, Winston. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fielded just inside the 20. 34 yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
All right, here we go.
Now Cutler to throw on second down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Parker. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
And Devontae Parker was one of 3 Miami receivers to go over 700 yards last year, along with Jarvis Landry and Kenny Stills. But I do know this. They'd love to have one of them emerge and be that 1,000-yard guy and take the pressure off of everyone else.
On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. To throw, Cutler. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
This is Ajayi. And some space here. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Ajayi last year, 1,272 yards, 3rd most in a single season in Dolphin history.
And he helped transform Miami into a playoff team in 2016.
And now a first down following that long gain. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On 2nd down, Cutler. And this one's incomplete. The tight end, Julius Thomas, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
On 3rd down, Cutler. And it's caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run with a J. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown.
Would you say they went from agony to elation in just a few quick seconds on that play?
Probably thought they were about to give it up in the red zone and then touchdown.
Yeah, there is absolutely no way that they drew it up and said this is the way it's supposed to be done. It just happened.
But the end will justify the means. Here's Parkey now set to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Here's Martin as they begin on the ground. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, from the safety of our booth, I think it's okay after that run that I call him still the name that maybe he's not too crazy about, the muscle hamster.
Yeah, his teammates at Boise State called him that. He doesn't like that, though.
He hates that name.
He told us he prefers, and he told the world he prefers Duggernaut.
It's always tough when you come up with your own nickname.
It doesn't stick.
I hope it works for him, but I have my doubt.
We're going muscle hamster here in the booth. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And now it's 3rd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. From the gun, Winston. He's got Evans. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the 1st. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
First down, here's the run with Martin. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On 2nd down, Martin. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Martin. And some room to roam now. And Doug Martin, you see him there. Still down, slow to get up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. And a first carry here for Charles Sims. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. They'll try to throw now. Winston. That is incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
The second quarter score from Cincinnati, and it's now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Bengals. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. On 3rd down, Winston. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And they are on the board. It's now 9-3. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. These Dolphins last year, Charles, won 9 of their last 11 coming down the stretch before the playoff loss to Pittsburgh. Finished 10-6. That was their first postseason trip since 2008. But this once-proud franchise has not won a playoff game since the 2000 season.
And I expect that to change in 2017 because the groundwork they laid in 2016 with a brand-new head coach in Adam Gase and a brand-new attitude and a lot more toughness than maybe what people expected, that's what keyed the run game with Jay Ajayi, and they gave him Isaac Asiata, a guard out of Utah, to increase that toughness up front.
On first down, it's Cutler. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
All right, here we go.
Now Cutler. Going deep here for Landry. And it's intercepted. It's Justin Evans, the rookie from Texas A&M. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
They start the drive with Martin. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Again, it's Martin. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. He'll return it from the 6. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and it'll be Dolphin football. Reminder that later tonight we'll see the Giants and Cowboys battle in Dallas. Seems like they're always playing in week 1. And then on Monday night, a doubleheader. Adrian Peterson, his first game with the Saints. He's already back in Minnesota to play the Vikings. And then a 10-20 start on the East Coast. It's the first game for the L.A. Chargers traveling to Denver.
A nice AFC West matchup.
All right, here we go.
They'll begin the drive with a J. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Now Cutler over the middle, complete. That's Parker. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Jameis to throw it. Stocker's got it, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open. Winston gives to the tailback, Martin. And brought down, but not before
before reaching the 45-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
First down, Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And the tight end, Luke Stocker, was the target. And now it's second down.
There's so much precision in an offense, especially when you're throwing the ball. And in an out route, plenty of it. How about the quarterback hitting his back foot, ball's out of his hands, receiver making his break, making his cut. He's got to time up perfectly. Not always easy to do.
Just let him a little too much.
Yeah, I remember back in the good old days, I was talking to a quarterback, and he said everything they did was on the count system. So when he took a snap, he counted in his head for certain routes, different time frames for each one, and he knew if the ball wasn't out of his hand at that point, he'd better eat it because the play was dead.
The Bucks on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And that is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Second quarter in Cleveland. That is now a 2-touchdown game with the Steelers in the driver's seat. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Parker. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
They go play action here on first down. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brent Grimes. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. And a 10th carry here for Martin. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now Jameis on second down. And incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time. And it's third down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. To throw is Winston. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs are just an extra point away from grabbing the lead now. And he'll bang that one through. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And once again, not much running room, if any at all. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
No, Jack, Patriot!
From the gun, it's Cutler. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Winston. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the first half.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete. It's Evans. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer first. And another Winston to Evans connection. Mike Evans, he didn't play football until his senior year of high school. He was such a good basketball player down in Galveston, Texas. But I think he's happy he picked football up.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. I would have loved to have been around those conversations. The head basketball coach, the head football coach. Since it was high school, maybe it was the same guy. You never know. And saying, I need this guy out on the field. But it's worked quite well for him. And Jameis Winston's so happy to have him on his squad.
And they've got the lead in this one because of those 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall at the 29. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. A dump off to Sims. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Let's go now.
From the red zone now, Winston. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Second down, Winston. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. William Hayes in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. The second quarter score from Cincinnati. And the Bengals out to the early advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Robert Ayers. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
All right, now, look at 56. Detroit. Here we go now.
On second down, here's Cutler. Drops it off to Ajayi. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They try to fire up the running game with Martin. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Second down following the run. Throwing, Winston. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now Winston. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get him to 4th down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taken in at the 11. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Now let's go.
Throwing here, Cutler. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Cutler. Steps away to his left, and he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much room to operate as they'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Oh, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 9.
Let's go. No, check. Patriot.
Out of the gun, it's Cutler. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Brent Grimes. 20. And it's a pick 6. Brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. On for the extra point is Folk. They were forced to punt last time. Now, I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out come the Dolphins now. They'll start out on the ground with a jive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding him to no gain.
Now Hundley. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to third down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
Let's go! 38!
Throwing, Hundley. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. They run it again with Martin. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Another tote for the workhorse, Martin. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun, Winston. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that will bump the lead up to 11. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Let's go!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll bring up a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs.
Come on, let's go!
Back to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Elsewhere, a third-quarter score. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And on 2nd and 10 now. From the gun, Winston. But he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
On 3rd down, Winston. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 10. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Elsewhere, NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter now in Tennessee. And pushing up their lead, the Titans have scored again. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Here we go!
Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
Yeah, he appears well on his way to another big game. You remember 2016, partner. He became just the 4th player in NFL history to have 3 200-yard rushing games in a season.
2 of them were back-to-back. Steelers in Week 6, Bills in Week 7. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now it's Ajayi. Space to run past the 20. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Let's go!
They'll run it with Williams. And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Damian Williams taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 1-score game. And they will line up now for the 2-point try.
Here we go! Ohio, let's go!
They'll try and run it with Ajayi. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
On draft night, I kept wondering, why is O.J. Howard still on the board? And they ended out at Tampa at number 19, and they're ecstatic to have this guy who ran 4.51.
Actually, the first time that the Bucs have ever drafted a tight end in round number 1, and they got a good one. Winston with a give to Martin. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. A toss play. This is Martin. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Winston from the gun on third down. Forced out to his left. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Elsewhere, Ford Field, they're into the fourth quarter now. And the Cardinals scoring again. They've got that one in cruise control. A win would be their first of the young season. They go play action here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. For the Dolphins, they'll be building up those frequent flyer miles the next month or so. Week 2, they're at the Chargers in the debut of the StubHub Center, then at the Jets. Then they fly to London to face the Saints in Week 4. Finally, then, back to Miami to host the Titans in Week 5.
I feel the jet lag already.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs.
Come on, let's go!
They'll set up a throw. And it's caught by Parker. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. Play clock winding down. Going to give this time to the tailback. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage. I really liked what he did there.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there. And in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Gerald McCoy in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. On the NFL scoreboard, 4th quarter now at Soldier Field. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their first of the young season. They run. Martin. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas. All day. Whoa. Let's get it.
First down, Winston. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Howard. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
O.J. Howard's career numbers at Alabama are not going to blow you away considering his talent. But the national championship game against Clemson, the one they won, oh, my God,
yeah.
What a night he had.
That's the game that I remember from his college career. Over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. The big reason, if not the biggest reason, they won that football game. A first down throw for Winston. And it's incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Ten yards still left on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Open man has got one. It's complete. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Winston now to throw on first down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Winston. Right side caught by Jackson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Now a run with Martin. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now Martin. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Now it's Martin. Down right around the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And the seemingly endless drive continues. Here's Martin, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. They'll run here with Sims. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And Folk's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
Now Damian Williams to return it. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. They are in the 4th and Buffalo. The Jets have scored again. They're really opening it up now. A win would be their first of the young season. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 8 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Counting down to 30 seconds remaining. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Chris Baker in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Back to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Give him 6 on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. He'll look to throw. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. A costly sack. They'll have to use a timeout here. And barring a defensive penalty, they'll be looking at one final play. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Tampa Bay, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Miami, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will try to turn it around next week as they head down to Carson for a matchup with the LA Chargers. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. And with that, we sign off from Miami.